This is The Library of Lost Souls, written by Meghan Holloway, read by Theresa Bakken. About the book. It is a truth, universally acknowledged, that a robot in possession of a soul must be in want of a life partner. Nell, Human-5014, and Second Librarian of the Athenaeum, has clung to that truth for 20 revolutions. The human extinction is in its last phases, and her desperate quest to find the recipient of her husband's soul has finally paid off. She has one request, one hope for reconnecting with the man she lost so long ago. A note from the author, Meghan Holloway.
After my grandfather had a heart attack 4 years ago, I moved in with my grandparents during his recovery. Late in the evenings, as my grandmother slept in her recliner beside him and my poodle sprawled across his feet, he and I would watch movies. His preference, inevitably and humorously, was Hallmark movies. I worked on the manuscript of Once More Into the Breach during the movies, as there is only so much saccharine sweetness I can handle. But one evening, I glanced over at him from the rocking chair older than I am, and I found him silently weeping. My grandfather was not a wealthy man, but he was a rich one. He was rich in good humor and a boyish grin. His laughter was sly and contagious. He was rich in an abiding love for the land and a long, hard day of honest work. He was never happier than when he was outside, toiling away at some project, working with his hands. He was rich in strength. My grandfather was a stalwart figure of a man. When I was a child, I was certain no one was taller or stronger than he. He was a rock, constant and immovable. He was rich in generosity. He was unsparing in his friendship and magnanimous with his kindness. He was rich in tales. He possessed the Scotsman's abiding love of stories. A conversation with him was peppered with anecdotes about misjudged amounts of dynamite blowing a hole the size of a truck in the roof of his mother's kitchen. A brother jumping off a bridge to avoid an oncoming train and landing in mud rather than in the river. And his new wedding band almost severing his finger when it got caught in a bolt on an airplane. He was rich in love. He told me once that he thought he had been blessed more than any other man with the wonderful family he had been given. A wife he adored, even with her endless honey-do lists. Sons he was proud of. A daughter he cherished. Daughters-in-law he treated like his own. Grandchildren and great-grandchildren who were his joy and his delight. That night, when I moved quickly to his side and knelt beside his chair, I asked, "What's wrong? Are you in pain?" He wiped the tears from his face. My grandmother, whittled to bone by age, her mind made brittle by dementia, snored softly in the recliner at his side. My grandfather said in a quavering voice, "It's just so beautiful. Love stories are the most beautiful stories." I thought about that when I carried his urn to the niche in the columbarium at the state's National Cemetery on a clear winter's day after he lost his battle with COVID-19. In a nook covered by an engraved marble slab, his ashes and my grandmother's rest side by side on a hill overlooking a wooded ravine, with a river sighing softly as it passes. This year has been difficult for everyone, tragic for many. It has been a time of loneliness and isolation, fear and loss. We have this innate pull toward community, and we found ourselves terrifyingly alone and starkly disconnected.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?